Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are here at Pensacola Super Speedway for race number 35 of the 2018 NRSL Mountain Dew Formula One Cup Series season. Two more races until the year is over. This probably the second most important race for our playoff drivers. Everyone comes in not locked in on points. Everyone with a chance to make it in on points except for one driver. We will get to that in a minute. James Qualls won this race last year by a nose after a late race pit stop gave him an advantage. He got drafted up to and he just won barely. 60 laps of racing here tonight, so 180-mile race. And we will decide the final four tonight, but let's get to the starting lineup. First off, on the pole is Charles Sanford, won a few weeks ago at Texas. Next to him is Andrew Rich, starting second again, hoping to finish, maybe second, maybe get the win. He really needs a lot of help here tonight if he is going to make the Final Four, arguably the favorite to make it to the Final Four with his 7 wins. He has not had a great round 3 at all. Even with those 35 bonus points, he had his one mulligan at Texas, and then the strategy went wrong at Rockingham, and they did not finish well at all. In row 2 is Eli Bright and Charles Jackson. Row 3, Cody Hagan and Cole Deaver, another driver who sits very well in the points right now. Behind him is Jonathan Zorlin and Seth Cole, two other drivers also currently in the Final Four on points, looking very good. And Nico Tringali and Joshua Osborne in row 5. Osborne driving the car that won this race last year. Looking at the rest of your chase drivers, DJ Kurtis. This is the man who needs a lot of help. He starts 20th. DJ must win the race, and he must have Seth Cole finish in last. If Seth Cole leads a lap, he's going to need to lead a lap as well. Obviously, if he wins, that's a lot simpler. But Kurtis needs a lot of help. He's got Brock only 3 points ahead of him. He'll need Brock to finish near the bottom. Um, he'll need TJ Hanley and Andrew Rich to also finish well behind him. He is 16 points behind those two. So Kurtis needing a lot of help here. We'll get through the rest of the scenarios in a second. But first, let's go trackside for the command, the fire engines here in Florida.
Gentlemen, start your engine! Fired up and ready.
All right, command has been given. Rest of your chase drivers, TJ Hanley and William Brock, sit next to one another in 25th and 26th place respectfully. They're the other two guys that are way out here. Hanley 33 back of Seth Cole and Brock 46 back. They will need help tonight too, especially William Brock. And Johnny Gardner starts in 38th place. Gardner 40 points to the good over Andrew Rich, just needs to survive. Let's get you back to the front of the field. So other things to go over. So here's the total lookout on points. Gardner, Deaver, Sorlin, and Seth Cole are all currently in, with Rich, Hanley, Brock, and Kurtis all currently out. Gardner has a 40-point gap over Rich. Deaver and Sorlin are both 38 above, and Seth Cole is 33. So Rich and Hanley are both 33 points behind Seth Cole. William Brock is 46 back, and DJ Kurtis is 49. So like I said, Kurtis has to win. Seth Cole has to finish last. If Kurtis somehow manages to lead the most laps, Kurtis could... Or actually, no, that's wrong. Kurtis has to lead the most laps and has to win, and Seth Cole has to finish last because that's how you gain the max of 49. So, Kurtis has really got his work cut out for him here tonight. Things will get crazy at Pensacola. They always do. When will the big one strike? We're about to find out. Green flag waves in the air. We're underway at Pensacola. Seth Cole and Jonathan Zorlin already in the middle, 4 wide. Deaver falling back was on the top side. Speeds of over 220 miles an hour at this racetrack, as Eli Bright will look for first place on Charles Sanford. These guys can have pretty good side-by-side battles here when you've got the right amount of support on the top. 1 lap down, Eli Bright leads at the start-finish line. There you see the run that Charles Sanford is getting on the top. Andrew Rich is up on the top right now. Most likely does not want to be up there. Eli Bright, another rookie driver from 2018 whose future is uncertain. They drag race down the back straightaway. There's Austin Alves, your winner from last week. That was the second one on the season. Alex Gray is going to make him in the middle left, 4 wide. Gray looking for what would be win number 2 on his season. He won all the way back at Richmond. Here it is, just look at how tight they get down to the wire. Sanford, I think, led that lap. So you see, unless the leader gets put 3 wide, the top 2 will stay the same. Here comes Alexander Rowe, winner from Provo this season. John Nunn won at Papyrus. As the 4 wide, the battle continues. They got to be careful. If they go 5 wide, they will most likely cause an accident. Andrew Rich all the way falling to the back now, all the way up on the top. Look at him, he's up top 5 wide almost. That's Seth Cole in the middle of a 4 wide situation. That's not looking good. Jackson, Alves, Hoffman, now Arndt's on the bottom in the 5 wide situation. This is very dangerous for Seth Cole, but DJ Kurtis, the man who's got to win this race, is right there with him. Oh, and Johnny Gardner just whipped down on the apron, so Gardner possibly almost getting turned. Who's that? That's Hagan and Hoffman making contact. Gardner almost got wrecked. Oh, and TJ Hanley appears to have been involved as well. No damage apparent on either car. Is there 3 wide for the lead? That's William Brock. William Brock on the inside of Bright and Sanford. 3 wide for the race lead. Looking to lead a lap here. That lap lead would really help him out. And looking at some results last season, I just got to say that the following chase drivers DNF'd here last year, and they were DJ Kurtis, Jonathan Zorlin, Johnny Gardner, and Seth Cole. All 4 DNF'd last year. Rich finished 12th. There was somebody else in here. As Bright will still lead that lap. Or was it not in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing someone. Who am I missing? Oh, I did not write down where William Brock finished last year. Oh, that was my mistake. Okay, I do not know where William Brock finished last year. He was in the 7 car. Brock's bid for the lead, though, unsuccessful. Sanford, though, now falling to the back as Eli Bright takes the lead. There's John Arndt, a former Super Speedway winner at Talladega last year. Deanna Jones won at Talladega this year. Also won the All-Star event. But 6 laps down here at Pensacola, and we are still green flag racing. TJ Hanley has lost the draft, however, so if they do cause an accident before green flag pit stops, Hanley will catch a lucky break. As Andrew Rich has found his way to the bottom, Seth Cole-Sorlin also on the bottom behind him. Now Rich put in the middle though, but he's right behind Deanna Jones. Jones though drops to the bottom. Charles Jackson making a move on second. That's on Deanna Jones. Seth Cole on the inside line. Seth Cole and Sorlin both trying to run their way towards the front. So Hanley again is losing about 3 seconds a lap. So if they're going to wreck, they're going to need the wreck soon. And there it is! That's Caleb Hoffman into the wall! Seth Cole, Sorlin, Rich, Gardner are all unscathed. Kurtis is unscathed. We can see him here in the pack. William Brock is unscathed. Bright will be your race leader. Now we'll see if they can woe it down without causing an incident. Seth Cole second, Sorlin third, Gardner's fifth. Oh, there it is, Ferranti and James Shelley, and Ferranti's around! Right up into Deanna Jones. No other contact made. Oh, but there's another wreck here. Cole Deaver's involved. Andrew Rich is involved. Oh, and Deaver, I think, is stuck on the apron. That is catastrophic for Cole Deaver, but Rich got damage. Where is the 47 machine? As they're still wrecking. There's TJ Hanley. Is his car undamaged? It appears to be clean. Charles Sanford, your pole sitter, was involved. Kurtis, though, is not going to get the break he needed. Then again, if he wins, he advances to the next round automatically, so it doesn't even matter. See how I forget things? I'm thinking everything's on points, but you win and you're in the next round, so Kurtis is still out here trying to win a race. Everyone's going to pit here on lap 9. We'll take a look at what exactly caused the caution. All right, here we go. Hoffman is in the middle, 4 wide with last year's winner, James Qualls. Looks like they're just going to make contact in a bad situation here. Right up the track in the John Arndt. You see Riggleman with nowhere to go. John Nunn, Charles Sanford straight down into Philip Parker. Nate Rogers had nowhere to go. And oh man, look at Parker right here. Right up the track into the wall hard. And that takes the 6 out immediately. There's John Nunn backing into the wall. Arndt and Sanford spinning around here. Massive damage to all these cars. And here's TJ Hanley. Let's see if he gets through here okay. He rides the top, gets away, gets through everybody right there. Very smart thinking on that part for TJ Hanley. And then let's see, there was something to do with the 53 in his area. I think it was definitely right here. And they're 4 wide. Usually we have bigger wrecks at Pensacola going into turn 3. We saw the deal with Ferranti that only took out Deanna Jones. And right there, there's Shelley and Ferranti making contact. Ferranti, I think, was just trying to get down in line, and he didn't realize the one was there in his blind spot. And that turns them down. And oh, right here, Dylan Young turns down into Sack Flickinger right up into Jessica Shelton. Rich has nowhere to go, and oh, that's a hard lick into the wall for Andrew Rich. That might very well take him out of this thing. Osborne, yep, there's Deaver. Deaver with nowhere to go. Peter Sands makes contact. Fitzwater, Hartnett. William Brock gets rammed from behind. So Rich and Brock might be guaranteed out of this thing, and if Deaver's not lucky, he could be the one from the top four that gets booted out if Hanley or Kurtis win this race. But that is your caution recap. Let's get you to the restart. Getting ready to go back. Green flag racing, and Lady Luck has struck out a handful, half dozen or so competitors here. And they include Jessica Shelton and Andrew Rich will not advance to the final four. It must be the curse of winning the most races in a season. We saw it happen last year with Seth Cole. Didn't even make the chase. He won 2 races in the chase, granted, at the time. And Gardner finished runner-up with his 3 wins. So Andrew Rich with 7 wins on the season will not be in the round of 4. Must very heartbreaking for that team trying to get Dodge a championship, but they will no doubt be definite favorites heading into 2019 with their 7 wins. They've got 5 at speedways. They've won at a short track, a super speedway. They will be on the radar next year, no doubt. Also out, Zachary Fitzwater Sr., Nate Rogers, Caleb Hoffman, Mark Riggleman, Philip Parker, and John Arndt. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 positions out of the race. Cole Deaver is a lap down in 34th. Seth Cole is your race leader. The points can still be gained. For TJ Hanley, if TJ Hanley finishes high enough and Deaver finishes 34th, Hanley could still bump Cole Deaver out on points. It would take a lot, though. But Hanley's best bet is to go out there and win. He restarted 20th. Seth Cole, as shown, was your leader. Jackson was second, Sorlin third, Bright fourth, and Rowe, Hagan, Zach Rogers, Yepes, Gardner, and Gray. And then there it is, 47 in 20th on the restart. Kurtis restarted 12th. Kurtis has to go out here and win this race now. It cannot come down to points. In fact, correction, it was never going to be on points. Kurtis was already at the 49 points when he's in the chase, and he just needs to win the race anyway to make it in to the next round. He locks in with a win. I don't know why I was thinking differently. Seth Cole, though, in the race lead here still. Gardner making his way up the 5th. There's Kurtis in 6th. Diego Yepes, your winner from Daytona in the summer. He runs 4th. And he's going to make a move as well as Charles Jackson. Yepes sits 16th in the point standings now overall. And look at DJ Kurtis with a huge run. Remember, Kurtis had arguably the fastest car at Daytona in the summer before he got minor damage, and Yepes was the only one unscathed. And I don't even remember who was battling Yepes, but whoever it was, they could not get by him. So now Jackson and Seth Cole fighting hard for this race lead. The pack has split up. Here comes TJ Hanley on the bottom, on the right side of your screen, behind the 2 of Dylan Young. There are cars with damage, there are cars without damage. And the split seems to be right around Austin Alves in 24th. William Brock on back. Brock's back end has been shaved off. He will most likely need a miracle to advance into the round of 4. Johnny Gardner is all but locked in. But DJ Kurtis, here it is. Can he lead a lap? It'll help just a bit. There it is. That lap lead will help Kurtis at some point to maybe just past TJ Hanley point-wise. or someone else who has not led a lap. TJ Hanley up to second place now. We saw this kid. He was reining in Austin Elves at the end of the race last week at Rockingham. He arguably would have probably won if that race was 4 laps longer. He hit the 4-stop strategy right on the head. Handley has really started to show more speed as the chase has gone on, despite some bad finishes here and there. But DJ Kurtis now in the lead with Hanley behind in second. Pack is indeed worth just 21 drivers. It is unlikely we will see another accident, as problems for the 27 of James Qualls. He is blown up. Back end damage on the 27. Not sure if it was related to an accident. It does not appear to be. There are no lights on this pace car. And James Qualls has now retired, and that'll be another position for Cole Deaver. Yep, indeed, it was a mechanical failure. Hanley now all the way on the top. Here comes Tony Green on the inside. Philip Goldberg behind him. Goldberg hasn't won since Bristol last year. And that's another driver who is unsure of his 2019 plans. Nico Tringali still trying to get Audi that first win in the Cup Series before BMW arrives in 2019. Deaver is holding on as a lap down car at the end of this pack. They are going 4 wide here. We could see another accident. Oh. It looked like Osborne was making contact there with Matthew McIntyre, and that almost got hairy. Johnny Gardner's back there in the middle of the field. Seth Cole, Sorlin back into the top 5, running on the bottom. Seth Cole about to go back up and challenge DJ Kurtis for that race lead. James Shelley, Michael Amato, these two, we've talked about them all chase long as the two non-chasers who haven't won yet this season, who won twice in 2017. Out here trying to go get another one. Same can be said for Charles Jackson. But there's only 2 races remaining, and Shelley is about to hit the track where he won last season, Homestead, in 1 week. Shelley's ride status is not in jeopardy. However, rumors are continuing to spread on if this guy will return in 2019. Team owner of Hendrick Motorsports, Michael Amato, it's uncertain. Seth Cole back to the race lead now. He didn't even get to see it. But the driver of the 42 machine is back out front. Alexander Rowe behind him in second. Yepes charging from third. DJ Hanley back on the bottom. Track position will be everything when these guys elect to pit for the green flag cycle. If we get to that green flag cycle. Came close to an accident there with Osborne and McIntyre a few laps ago. And they are 4 wide again. That's Charles Jackson in the middle of TJ Hanley and Diego Yepes. Someone's all the way on the top 4 wide. I'm not sure who that was. That might have been Alexander Rowe. Fell from 2nd to 20th in 1 lap. Here comes TJ Hanley. He's looking to lead a lap here tonight at Pensacola. Past the 1/3 of the way into this race. Can Hanley get a lap led here? It'll be close. Drag race with Seth Cole. Seth Cole will continue to lead here at Pensacola. Jonathan Sorlin, you can see on the bottom of your screen, getting back in line behind Gardner on the bottom. Hanley continuing the fight. He's got Dylan Young on his back bumper. Zach Rogers leading the top. Last of the Dodges left without damage. Rogers is looking for his first win since Papyrus of last season. And John Nunn is on the bottom, blown up apparently. He appears to either be blown up or out of gas. We have seen drivers get nailed down here before. This could bring out a caution flag. Oh, and there was contact there, I think, with Charles Sanford. And he's coming down pit road because of that. Sanford, I believe, nailed the 9. Seth Cole still in the lead. This could get dangerous right here. He's on the apron, more or less. No one hits him. Caution is out, though, now because of it. Oh, and there's contact down below. That's Nico Tringali. Charles Jackson, Cody Hagan, hard into the wall. There are more cars coming. Jackson's going to get stuck on the apron here. These guys will go around Tringali, but caution is out for the second time tonight. Seth Cole, your race leader. It's all because of this guy right here. Something wrong on the 9 car. We'll have to see what it was. Appeared to be a running out of fuel issue, but we'll take a look at that as well as the accident between Tringali, Hagan, and Jackson. Incident was checked off screen with John Nunn, and he just was getting passed into turn 3, and once he got to the straightaway, he just appeared to have been sputtering, running out of gas. Not sure if there was a fuel issue, running out of gas there or what, but right here, Jackson and Tringali, right after they hit the caution, they get together, they get into Cody Hagan, and this is a violent impact for all of these drivers. Bad angles for all of them, and just look at the damage done to these 3 race cars. Jackson almost comes back up right in the Joshua Osborne. Hagan does not even get to the wall. Jackson and Tringali do, however. And that damages both of their back ends. And that's what brought out our second caution of the night. So we'll see, these guys will regroup. There'll probably only be about 17 or 18 cars that are up to speed now, and we'll see what happens here at Pensacola. Getting ready to go back racing. New race leader, voice crack, Dylan Young. John Nunn continues now 3 laps down with his damage. Not sure if the fuel issue was fixed or what their deal was, if they just didn't realize they were running out of gas. Charles Sanford is out of the race, however. Apparently he blew up as well. The camshaft issue, different issue for him between him and James Qualls, but both Chevys who were in accidents and then blew up later in the race. Cody Hagan has retired. It appears Charles Jackson and Nico Tringali are going to continue with heavily damaged race cars. So here's your top 10 rundown. Dylan Young leads, Seth Cole 2nd, Matthew McIntyre 3rd, Rowe 4th, Shelley 5th, Zach Rogers 6th, Sorlin 7th, Quentin Moore's 8th, Hanley is 9th, and DJ Kurtis is 10th. Gardner sits in 14th place. William Brock sits in 20th. And that's it for your chase rundown. Cole Deaver is now 29th, 1 lap down. So Deaver again looking more and more on the good. More cars take themselves out. He's just chilling at the back of these packs. So it's really helping out Cole Deaver to just stay in. He could be the lone rookie in the Final Four unless TJ Hanley pulls a miracle. But Dylan Young, green flag waves for him. We are just about a lap or two away from completing halfway. We'll see if we get any more accidents. John Nunn is known to be under speed. See how well this influences the field. We had 21 cars before, 3 of them got damaged, so we should be down to 18. As Dylan Young, with no draft help, is going to just be roared on by Seth Cole and Matthew McIntyre. Remember, McIntyre got a surprise win at Auto Club in the first round of the chase. He could be looking to get his second win. There's the move by McIntyre on the inside of Seth Cole. And pass has been completed by McIntyre. No help for draft between those two. There's now Rowe and Hanley. There's DJ Kurtis. They are all flying up here with runs. This is going to send Seth Cole to the back of the pack. We are still at about an 18-car field, maybe more. There were some who got held up before by cars with damage. The battle is on for this race lead as Alexander Rowe will lead for the first time tonight. Pack is a total of 17 cars. Diego Yepes possibly getting held up by some slower traffic will lose the draft. He should be up to speed still, as Charles Jackson has now elected to retire from the race. We did see him coming out of pit road, so perhaps the damage was not as fixable as they thought. So he has come off the racetrack and he is done. So we have 30 cars on the track now, as Michael Amato is fighting for that race lead with Alexander Rowe. They are about 4 wide behind them. Johnny Gardner's up at the front where he wants to be, out of danger's way. Seth Cole's in the middle. TJ Hanley's up on the top. So is DJ Kurtis up on the top. Deaver's just chilling at the back of this field, 1 lap down. Quentin Moore has found himself into the top 5. Jonathan Zorlin on the bottom. And remember, a win does not get these guys any extra bonus points for the round of 4. Everyone will be equal and it'll be highest finishing position at Homestead. Kind of running out of things to say. There's Osborne there in the back. I think they're 4 wide back there. Quentin Moore going to make a move on the race lead on Amato. Tony Green, Dylan Young on the inside line behind the 34. Gardner, Zorlin on the top behind Amato. Now a third line forming with Dylan Young at the front of that line. Seth Cole, DJ Kurtis side by side. As Gardner drops from the middle to the low line. Now they're 4 wide behind. That's Dylan Young, Tony Green in the middle. Zorlin falling way back now, all the way on the top. Seth Cole makes his way back to the inside line. DJ Hanley already making his way back towards the front. It is indeed a 17-car pack now. Diego Yepes back in 18th. 4.8 seconds back. Hartnett just with him. Everyone else with damage. Most notably the ones with the most damage: Nico Tringali, Zach Flickinger, Ferranti, Deanna Jones, and Peter Sands. As for the first time tonight, TJ Hanley will lead a lap. And the race lead now is the 47. Seth Cole already fighting his way back towards the front. He's got a fast car. Looking at your fastest lap times, we know it's all about where you place yourself in the draft. But Johnny Gardner with the fastest lap. Sorlin is third on this list. Seth Cole is 8th on this list. As Philip Goldberg will drive by TJ Hanley for the race lead. Seth Cole back to his inside, but Eli Bright's going to make it 3 wide. DJ Kurtis is going to make it 4 wide for the race lead on lap 36. Puts Seth Cole right back on the top where he did not want to be. That sends Goldberg back several positions. Now here comes Sorlin and Johnny Gardner on the inside line. The battle for this lead is heating up. And the question will remain, will we get to green flag pit stops this time, or will we have another late yellow? Everyone came down on lap 26. They should be able to go 17 to 19 laps on fuel here. We're on lap 37, so we're looking at probably another 5 to 7 laps before we see people start pitting. However, if we have a caution before then, we could see everyone make it on gas. Sorlin leads a lap. That'll help him stay in front of guys like TJ Hanley and DJ Kurtis, as well as the ones also near them in the points. And Johnny Gardner's looking to lead his first lap of the night, but he's got to hold off Matthew McIntyre on the bottom. Help from Amato, Dylan Young. And Gardner's going to just get driven right on by. McIntyre will move up in front of the 32 and lead again. Hanley at the back of the pack now will make his way back to the inside line. These guys are just cycling around. They're trying to be at the front, trying to position themselves for this upcoming green flag pit stop, because they know they will most likely not wreck in this pack of 17 cars. Drivers will be very anxious to master this track, because in 2019 this track will host a summer super speedway race followed by a road course race, and then they will once again have a race here in the playoffs. But McIntyre holding strong now in the race lead. Rowe behind in second. Goldberg's coming up on the bottom in third. Eli Bright, TJ Hanley right behind him. Those are teammates there. Seth Cole behind the 47. Goldberg's going to make a move on the 41. Goldberg completes the pass for second. Now he's looking for the lead, but Hanley's there on the inside. Now Seth Cole again. Will we see 4 wide? No. McIntyre clears Goldberg. It's 4 wide for second. Rowe all the way on the top. It's now down to 3 wide. Seth Cole on the bottom. Hanley in the middle. Goldberg on the top is going to fall to the back of the pack. McIntyre still leads. Seth Cole right behind him. Quentin Moore in third. Osborne fourth in that line with Zach Rogers behind him. Hanley might have room to make it back down to the bottom, and it looks like he does. As Seth Cole makes a move for the race lead. Hanley following behind Quentin Moore. We might be seeing pit stops here. Hanley is keeping away from the very bottom. And TJ Hanley's the one going down pit road with Tony Green. DJ Kurtis, I believe, went down as well. Shelley, Oskin, and Dylan Young. Hartnett's going to come down here as well. Gray, Alves. There's William Brock coming down in 23rd with his back end damage. Peter Sands is all by himself, only hitting 204 miles an hour. So now left in this group, we've got Seth Cole, Jonathan Zorlin, and Johnny Gardner. Those are the only chasers left in this group. When will they pit? Seth Cole might be coming down this time by. Here on lap 41, can these guys make it to the end from here? It's 15 laps. I don't think they will do it. Zorlin's going to stay out, but Gardner and Seth Cole are going to pit. Zorlin becomes the race leader, but he's got no draft help. This could be very disastrous for the 5 team. If TJ Hanley or DJ Kurtis win this race, Seth Cole, Johnny Gardner, they finish better. Then again, Deaver's right there, and Zorlin will have that on Deaver. So really, it's still Deaver in the danger seat here. Those top 4 are already very close. Gardner 2 points above Deaver and Zorlin. Deaver and Zorlin only 5 above Seth Cole. Zorlin will now come down pit road. We will not go anywhere. Rowe and Deaver, a lap down, will come down as well. Matthew McIntyre leads his group out of pit road. And there's TJ Hanley in the lead on the racetrack. Will he pass by the 95 car? It's going to be close. Hanley's got to get the right run as these guys pass Peter Sands coming out of pit road. Oh, Hanley's got hit the draft on the 95. He will go by Matthew McIntyre right here off the corner. Race leader now will be TJ Hanley. Depending where Zorlin comes out, Quentin Moore's right there in 3rd. And yep, here they come. There's Jonathan Zorlin, and he is not looking good at all. TJ Hanley will blow the doors off the 5 car. And there's the pass for the lead. TJ Hanley back out front. But can he make it on gas? That's the one big thing. Remember, these guys pit under caution at lap 26, lap 27. So that means they can only go about 15 laps on gas. You pit around lap 40, lap 42, you're really going to be close. Matthew McIntyre's in this pack. Seth Cole, DJ Kurtis also up front. Tony Green just trailing at the back of them. As they're 4 wide for the lead. That's Seth Cole in the middle. Look at this. And now Hanley will fall to the back of the pack. 7 cars up here fighting for the lead. Zorlin leads the next pack, though. Remember, Zorlin has the most fuel out of any of these guys. He's got the best chance here. Dylan Young behind him. Shelley, Rogers, Amato. But Johnny Gardner loses the pack. He's down in 17th place. Not what Gardner wants. All the other guys are top 10. They're more than enough points ahead of Johnny Gardner. Right now, Gardner sitting 3rd on that list. Hanley, though, does not have enough distance to pass him in the point standings. However, Cole Deaver is one to look at there. If Hanley can finish 2nd, it could be close, and they're going to catch Ferranti here. Oh, and now Ferranti blocks DJ Kurtis and TJ Hanley. That's really going to hurt their momentum. That's going to let Zorlin and the others catch up. Look at this. And the 7-car pack expands to 12. They're all in a line here. That puts Seth Cole back in front. With 15 to go, I honestly don't think any of these guys can make it on gas. They will catch Deanna Jones and Zach Flickinger next, then Nico Tringali, followed by possibly William Brock, who's pretty far out there, I gotta say. 26 seconds. See how much the gap closes here on the 21 of Brock. Has he already hit the line? Yep, there it is, 28.9, almost 29 seconds. So the leader should catch William Brock before this race is over. Seth Cole in the lead though. Moore was looking for the lead, but Kurtis is the one to make the move first. Very aggressive though. That's going to let Hanley get to his outside. Hanley's going to be on the outside behind Quentin Moore. Is that a good strategic play or is it a bad strategic play? Kurtis now behind Seth Cole on the bottom. It's all about the lap cards here. Jones and Flickinger, they're about to catch him. Kurtis is making a move on the lead. Is that the wrong call? Zorland's in the middle of Hanley and James Shelley. Kurtis is going to move up. No, now he's going to move down. Is he moving up? What's he going to do? There's the movement to the top of Deanna Jones. But Flickinger will be in the way as well. Everyone's going to slam the brakes here except for Dylan Young. Dylan Young will power through on the bottom. Kurtis moves all the way to the top. Seth Cole, Hanley are getting held up in the middle. Now it's Dylan Young back into the lead with Amato in second and Tony Green in third. And that puts Nico Tringali next in line. They will definitely catch William Brock. And Amato looking for the race lead. No help for Dylan Young on the top side. Amato will drive right on by the two of Dylan Young. Now 3 wide for the lead. Green, Shelley, Amato. Osborne rides behind the one. Sorlin and the others are slowly catching up. There's Hanley, there's Seth Cole. So everyone stays in touch as they're going to catch Nico Tringali. Who's going to be the leader here? Shelley has just taken the lead. He'll get by the 84 with ease. It looks like everyone will. That's important. Well, everyone that's in the chase up here. And here comes Jonathan Zorlin in the 5. Hanley's there behind Dylan Young, behind the 5. And now Hanley making a move. On third place, Dylan Young. Kurtis is right here as well. This is so intense. We've got 3, 4 chase drivers battling for this win. Andrew Rich is out of the race, 36. DNF will not be in the round of 4. Devers a lap down, hoping no one gets a win. That's outside the picture. William Brock with damage in the back end. Everyone else is up here. That means, well, except Gardner. Gardner's in 17th by himself. Sorlin, Seth Cole, Hanley, and Kurtis all fighting for this win right now. Hanley to the race lead. They're coming to 10 to go. 10 laps remain at Pensacola to the side, the final 4. Hanley continues to put himself in the right spot, but can he make it on gas? Can any of these guys make it on gas? If none of them can make it on gas, it should get very, very interesting. Zach Rogers up in the second behind the 47 of TJ Hanley. One of the few rookie drivers who's done very well but has not gone the victory lane yet in his career. We're closing in. The lap to look at is 55 and on if any of these drivers have to pit. If we get a caution somehow before the drivers race back to 4 to go, could we see people have to pit for fuel? Hanley right now almost all alone in this top 5 as far as chase drivers go. Sorlin's just about to fall out. Quentin Moore's going to make a move on second. That's on Zach Rogers. That's for position. They're about to catch William Brock, the only other winless driver in the round of 8. Him and TJ Hanley shared that statistic of not having a win and being in the round of 8. Hanley's going to look to do what Caleb Hoffman did, but then again, he kind of has to win to make it into the round of 4. So we should all have race winners in the round of 4 this year. Having a winless driver seems a little impossible. Cole Deaver sits 24th place now due to all the damaged cars. He's made his way up track position wise. Quentin Moore is making a move way on the bottom. So Deaver's looking pretty good right now on his points. Hanley knows at this point he's probably got to win, and it looks like he's going to come down pit road this time by himself. No, Kurtis and Dylan Young come down as well. But if they get out without draft support, it could be devastating. But they're going to avoid William Brock. If these leaders do not hit William Brock the right way, you can already see that Quentin Moore and some others really had to slow up for those guys entering pit road. That's time lost. We're probably going to see a finish like we did here last year with James Qualls getting caught at the very end. Osborne is not going up to pace here in the draft, only 223. They'll catch William Brock right here. Moore and the others are getting a run on the 70, but who's going to pit next? Tony Green and Peter Sands are the lone ones down. See a little bit of cutting out of the throttle there for William Brock in the 21. Osborne continues to lead. There's Young, there's Kurtis, there's TJ Hanley. More or less by themselves here. And Brock is continuing to hold up Seth Cole and the others. That could benefit TJ Hanley since he is not in draft company. Kurtis, though, is getting draft off of him. Those two should be drafting soon. Osborne again with the lead, but now Quentin Moore with a huge run on the 70 car for the race lead. He'll take it. 5 to go, coming to the start-finish line this time by Seth Cole. James Shelley are coming down pit road. 5 to go. Quentin Moore in the race lead. Sorlin sits in 3rd. Tony Green with damage from something happening on pit road. He's got front end damage. Not certain what happened. Gardner sits in 15th. He is not pitting yet. Hanley still sits 19th in front of Kurtis. Kurtis getting the run on him. Young's got no help. Remember, the less fuel you can take in the car, the better off you're going to be. Who's going to pit this time? Coming to 4 to go. Everyone's coming down. Sorlin was trying, and he really had to hit the brakes, but he couldn't get down. And that's devastating for the 5. Green's coming back down again due to his damage from his last pit stop attempt. There's Johnny Gardner. Does Gardner have to pit? Yep, he's coming down too. Seth Cole has come out in front of DJ Kurtis and TJ Hanley. But he's got no help at all. Those two have got to help each other out here. Or will Sorlin make it on fuel somehow? The 5 car's coming down this time by Quentin Moore out of pit road. Did he have to take less fuel? There's Seth Cole. Oh, if these two get draft together, Shelley, Kurtis, Hanley, they're all together right here. This is going to get close for Kurtis and TJ Hanley. They are up to speed. There's Seth Cole. Quentin Moore's your race leader right now. He'll hit 3 to go. Where is Sorlin? Sorlin's just coming out of pit road. He definitely lost a lot of time. He will not have a chance to win this race. I don't think. Yep. Moore's already going to pass the 5 car right here, right now. Quentin Moore looking for what would be his second win on the season. Won all the way back at Martinsville. Didn't make the chase. He wasn't top 30 in the points. It'll be 2 to go at the line, but Seth Cole's right here, right now. Sorlin made it out in front of Kurtis and Hanley, though. Oh, could the 5 hold these guys up? Kurtis is racing the hardest he can. There's only so much he can do. Two to go. Seth Cole has caught Quentin Moore. Cole looking for a way to get around the 34 car. He can't do it. He's stuck. Sorlin now in third. Kurtis. TJ Hanley in range. These two, one of these two are trying to win. They're going to catch Jonathan Sorlin here right now. Seth Cole's going for the race lead. This could make things very interesting. This is going to let them catch these two faster. Sorlin's got their draft. Coming to the white flag. Seth Cole out in front. Quentin Moore behind in second. Who's going to win at Pensacola? Moore still sits in line there. Matthew McIntyre's up the third, though. Hanley stuck on top. So is Kurtis. McIntyre, Zach Rogers, they've got the biggest runs. Can they stay in line long enough to make it work, though? Moore, though, is drafting the 42 of Seth Cole. Are they going to catch Kev Shearer? Seth Cole still in the lead, looking for win number 2. Here they come off of turn 4. Checkered flag waves. It's going to be Seth Cole winning at Pensacola. And the caution is out for some bizarre reason. Oh, there was a wreck between Alex Gray and Deanna Jones. But it does not matter. Seth Cole is your winner. And he will be one of the final 4 next week at Homestead. And the rest comes down to points. Quentin Moore finishes second. Zach Rogers third. Kurtis fourth. Will not advance. Matthew McIntyre 5th, Hanley 6th, Sorlin 7th, Shelley 8th, Amato 9th, and Osborne rounds out your top 10. Cole Deaver comes home 22nd place. William Brock 26th. William Brock will not advance, obviously, so that's 3. We know Rich, Brock, and Kurtis are all out. Handley was 38 behind Sorlin. Sorlin finished 7th, though. Not enough to gain for Hanley there. Deaver was 38 back. Add the lap led by Hanley. That becomes 37. However, Hanley finishes 39th, plus the lap led. That's 40 points. 38, 37, 36, 35. 25 for 20th. 23 for 22nd. That is not enough to gain on Cole Deaver, so the field is set. Your final 4 with the final 4 coming in. Johnny Gardner, 3 wins. Cole Deaver, a rookie, the lone rookie in the final 4, 3 wins. Sorlin, 3 wins. And now Seth Cole with 2 wins. We are going to have a multi-race winner champion decided next week at Homestead between those 4. 3 Chevys and a single Ford. With that said, guys, I will see you next week at Homestead, where some very interesting guests will be hopefully co-commentating that finale with me. So I will see you guys at Homestead. Peace out.